If I told you that most people spend their entire lives working for money, but never actually build wealth, would you believe it? Here's the shocking part. A huge percentage of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, even people earning $75,000, $100,000, or more per year. That means millions of people are making money, but never getting rich. And if you're not careful, you could spend the next 10, 20, or even 40 years doing exactly the same thing. Most people think becoming rich is about luck. Some think it's about having rich parents. Others believe you need a six-figure salary. But the truth is much simpler. The reason 95% of people never become wealthy has very little to do with how much they earn. It has everything to do with how they think, spend, and invest. And today, you're going to see exactly why most people stay stuck financially, and how you can become part of the 5% who don't. Let's start with the biggest mistake. Most people focus on looking rich instead of becoming rich. Think about it. Someone buys a brand new SUV for $65,000. They finance it for years. The monthly payment feels manageable, so they sign the papers. Friends are impressed. Neighbors notice. It feels like success. But here's what most people never realize. That vehicle starts losing value almost immediately. Meanwhile, the owner spends hundreds every month just to keep it. Insurance, fuel, maintenance, interest. And after several years, they own something worth far less than what they paid. Now imagine someone else. They buy a reliable used car for $15,000. Instead of spending an extra $500 every month on a luxury payment, they invest that money. If that $500 grows at an average rate over time, it could become hundreds of thousands of dollars. Same income, different decision, massively different outcome. Almost nobody talks about this. Wealth is often invisible. People see the expensive car. They don't see the investment account. They see the designer clothes. They don't see the ownership in businesses. They see the vacation photos. They don't see the growing assets. The wealthy often look less wealthy than people trying to look wealthy. And that's where many people lose the game before they even begin. But that's not even the worst part. The second reason most people never get rich is because they trade time for money forever. Now, don't misunderstand this. There's nothing wrong with having a job. Jobs are important. The problem starts when a job becomes your only source of income. Let's say you earn $80,000 per year. Sounds pretty good. But if you stop working tomorrow, what happens? The income stops. That's the hidden weakness. Most people build their entire financial lives around active income. They work, they get paid, they spend. Then they repeat, year after year, decade after decade. Meanwhile, wealthy people focus on building assets that continue producing income even when they're not working. Maybe it's investments. Maybe it's business ownership. Maybe it's rental properties. The source matters less than the principle. Money starts working for them instead of only the other way around. And that's a completely different game. Here's what it actually costs you if you ignore this. Imagine investing $300 per month starting at age 25. Now imagine waiting until age 35 to start. Just a 10-year delay could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars by retirement, not because you invested more. Because time did the heavy lifting. Most people underestimate how powerful time is. And that leads directly to the third reason people never become rich. They wait. They wait for a better salary. They wait for the perfect investment. They wait until the economy improves. They wait until next year. Then next year becomes 5 years. 5 years becomes 10. And suddenly they're wondering where all the time went. The wealthiest people understand something important. Small actions repeated consistently beat big actions delayed indefinitely. A person investing $200 every month usually beats the person who keeps planning but never starts. Perfection feels productive. Action creates results. Now, let's all talk about a habit that quietly destroys financial progress. Lifestyle inflation. This trap catches almost everyone. You get a raise. Your spending rises. You get another raise. Your spending rises again. Soon you're earning twice as much as before, but somehow you're still broke. Sound familiar? Let's say Sarah earns $50,000. Then she gets promoted and starts earning $70,000. Instead of investing the difference, she upgrades her apartment, buys a newer car, and increases her monthly expenses. At first, it feels rewarding, but within months, the extra income disappears. Now she's trapped at a higher spending level. Then she needs another raise just to feel comfortable again. This cycle can continue forever. The wealthy do something different. When income rises, they increase investments first. Then they adjust their lifestyle carefully. That single habit creates a huge gap over time. Most people never realize how powerful that difference becomes. Another reason 95% never become rich is because they focus on saving money but ignore growing money. Saving is important. Everyone should have emergency savings, but money sitting idle for decades rarely creates wealth. Imagine two people. One saves $20,000 and leaves it untouched. The other invests the same amount and continues adding money regularly. Fast forward 20 years, the difference can be staggering. The second person allowed growth to multiply their efforts. The first person relied entirely on what they personally contributed. One worked alone. The other had time and growth working alongside them. That's a huge distinction. Now, here's something that might surprise you. Many people believe wealthy individuals know secret strategies. In reality, most wealth-building principles are incredibly simple. Spend less than you earn. Avoid unnecessary debt. Invest consistently. Increase your income. Stay patient. That's it. The challenge isn't complexity. The challenge is discipline, because these actions often feel boring. Buying stocks isn't as exciting as buying a new gadget. Investing isn't as exciting as upgrading your lifestyle. Building wealth rarely feels dramatic day to day. But over years, boring becomes powerful, and powerful becomes life-changing. Let's get practical. If you want to join the 5%, start with these steps. First, track every dollar for 1 month. Not some dollars, every dollar. Most people are shocked when they see where their money actually goes. Second, eliminate expenses that provide little long-term value. That doesn't mean never having fun. It means spending intentionally. Third, automate investing. Set it up so money moves automatically before you have a chance to spend it. Fourth, focus on increasing income, learn valuable skills, negotiate better pay, start side projects, look for opportunities to earn more. Fifth, avoid comparing yourself to others. This one is huge. Comparison is expensive. People buy things they don't need to impress people who aren't paying attention. The wealthy focus on freedom, not appearances. And finally, think long-term. Most people overestimate what can happen in 1 year and underestimate what can happen in 10. A decade of smart financial decisions can completely transform your future. The truth is, becoming wealthy isn't about being smarter than everyone else. It isn't about predicting the stock market. It isn't about finding a magic shortcut. It's about avoiding the mistakes that keep most people stuck. The same mistakes millions make every single day. Looking rich instead of building wealth, spending every raise waiting instead of starting, relying on one source of income, choosing immediate pleasure over long-term freedom. The good news? You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be different, because every wealthy person started somewhere. Every investment account started at zero. Every financial success story began with one decision. And that decision is available to you right now. So here's your challenge before this day ends. Choose one financial action you've been delaying and do it. Open the investment account. Set up the automatic transfer. Document the budget. Pay off the debt. Take the first step, because the difference between the 95% and the 5% isn't intelligence. It isn't luck, it's action. And the best time to start building wealth was years ago. The second best time is today.